So what if I told you you could replace your salsa anything cage or other fork mounted cage with something as simple and inexpensive as these things? In this video, I'm going to review the Problem Solver's bow tie anchor. A really simple and minimal way to carry things on your bike. Find out what I like and dislike about it in this video. Welcome back, Pathless Peddlers, and if you love bicycles but aren't into the whole racing thing and like to go touring and gravel riding, basically the supple life, then you have found your people. Hit that subscribe button. So a couple days ago, I got a box of interesting things from the company called Problem Solvers. And one of the things that rose immediately to the top was kind of this really low-key, inconspicuous pair of brackets. These bow tie anchors bolt onto your bike, and what they do is they create anchor points for straps so you can tie things around your fork, for example. And what's pretty remarkable is you get a pair of these, and they cost $20, and they only weigh 20 grams. Compare that with something like, say, the Salsa Anything cage, which is about $35, 40 bucks, and weighs 150 grams. Granted, there are definitely times when you want to use something like this instead of just these bow tie anchors, but for I think a lot of uses, you could probably get away with these guys. So what do you get for 20 bucks? You get 2 bow tie anchors. That's enough for 1 fork leg, and a pair of countersunk bolts, which you're supposed to use and replace whatever pre-existing bolts you may have on your fork. Once it's on, you're essentially done, although you do need to get a couple of Voile straps. So you guys have probably seen these, kind of a rubber, slightly elastic strap. You really recommend straps which can lock. They've got a whole list of recommended straps, and definitely the Voile straps or straps similar to this are highly recommended. Attaching things on the bike is pretty easy. They recommend that you weave the Voile strap behind the fork and back through the bow tie anchor and secure your load that way. Of course, because it is such a minimal support, you have to be really careful about anything that could touch your wheel. So make sure if there are straps on the bag that you're mounting on there to tuck them all in. Make sure the Voile straps aren't like wagging in the air. And that way it does take a little bit more attention to get things just right, as opposed to something like this, which has kind of a natural carrying space. So far, I've mounted my sleeping bag. I put in a stuff sack, also a sleeping pad, and even a fly rod, and they work really well. I went for a short ride with my tarp tent double rainbow in a compression stuff sack, tightened it down with the Voile straps, and rode for about 20 minutes, and it didn't jump off. Granted, not the most extreme test. This is a little bit more of a first look than the full-blown review, but so far, I'm feeling pretty good about this system. So what are the things I like about it? First off, it's really inexpensive, 20 bucks. You'll have to add, of course, to that Voile straps in whatever length works for you. I'll put links in the description below, but those are about $5 a piece. So for each fork leg, you're looking at about 30 bucks. Not too bad. I mean, that's just the base price of something like the Anything cage, and that doesn't include the Voile straps if you want to sub out the Salsa straps that come with this. Another thing I really like about these bow tie anchors is that they're super minimal. When you don't have anything strapped down there, it really blends in with the bike. So let's say you come back from a bike packing trip and you're using your do-it-all commuter bike. The second you take things off of the bow anchor straps, you really don't notice it's there. You don't have like some big plastic empty thing just protruding out the sides of the fork. Another thing I really like is the versatility of just the system in general. You don't have to put on the fork. You could put it on your down tube or your receive tube and carry various sized things. On the fork, I found it worked really well for actually my travel fly rod, which is really long. And if I were to put that on something like the Anything cage, it would really push the rod tube too high. But since I can adjust it within the range of the straps, it works out great for long things like that. So what are the things I don't like about it so far? Well, you do have to pay attention. You want to make sure that it's securely bolted onto your bike, that the straps are put on correctly in tension, so things aren't just going to fall through the straps or jump out. So it definitely takes a little bit more awareness to get the load on there just right. And that's really about it. I can't comment on the long-term durability. Once again, I've only just put on the bike, so I'm still feeling it out. But things are looking hopeful. Look for a updated view. I'm gonna take it on the overnighter, take it mountain biking, and we'll see how it holds up. But so far, so good. So I hope you liked this video and you guys found it helpful. If you enjoyed it, learned something new, consider supporting the channel. It's how the magic happens. Check out the PayPal or join our Patreon, or as always, you can buy a Supple t-shirt and help spread the Supple life. If you guys have any questions, leave those in the comments below. And as always, keep the supple side down.